Hi, this is Winslow.
This is Crimson.
And if you like what we're doing,
Hit the like button.
and if you want to hear more,
Subscribe.
and please share it to all your friends.
Everybody.
Within your dreams, there are many keys. One of them could open the doorway to nightmare. Come in. Welcome. I'm your host, Through the Doorway to Nightmare. I'm gone now, but I'm still very near. Death cannot separate us. Each time you feel a gentle breeze, it is my hand caressing your face, wrote the poet Mary M. Green. The dark shadow of death has touched all of us at some point. It is how we handle that darkness that makes us who we are.
She was my life, my one shining star. We were inseparable.
Mr. Ravenscroft, I'm here to bring closure to your grief. Your wife has been gone for 20 years, and I understand that you need to move on.
No, Miss Crowley, you do not understand. You were here to bring Amber back.
Of course, her spirit. She is restless and needs to know that you are going to be okay.
Not her spirit, Miss Crowley. Amber, soul, and body.
Our mystery drama, Amber's Meat Suit, was written especially for Doorway to Nightmare by Winslow Swan and edited by Crimson McKenzie. Our stars include Mick Davis, Crimson McKenzie, and Jonathan Rossignol. It is sponsored in part by Swanage Press. I'll be back shortly with Act 1. They say that there are only two guarantees in life, death and taxes. And while there are those who manage to avoid the latter, no one has ever avoided that dark angel.
Mr. Ravenscroft?
You must be Leah Crawley.
Yes, you called for my services.
Please, come in.
Thank you. You have quite an impressive home, Mr. Ravenscroft.
Please, call me Ken. Yes, most impressive, imposing, and empty.
I am so sorry for your loss.
Thank you, Miss Crawley. Amber was my life. She was everything that I ever needed.
How long has it been since her passing?
This Friday, it will have been exactly 20 years.
20 years? You have been grieving all this time? You poor man.
No, Miss Crawley, not grieving. I've been preparing.
I don't understand, Mr. Ravens. I mean, Ken. Preparing for what?
For Amber's return, of course.
Her return? Oh, yes. Her spirit coming to you from beyond.
No, Miss Crowley. I've been preparing for the last 20 years for the return of my wife, Amber.
But that is not what happens, Ken.
This Friday night at 11:13, the very minute that she passed away, she will return.
Where are we going?
To her final resting place. Temporarily.
Oh my God. You have buried her on the property?
Of course not. Her beauty could never be buried in the cold, ugly ground. I had this mausoleum built special for Amber. Her body has been perfectly preserved.
So, what would you like for me to do?
Miss Crawley, I've checked into your work. You are the most honest, sincere medium that I have ever come across.
How many spiritualists have you consulted?
Several, Miss Crawley. I am sure that you will find the majority of spiritualists, as you call them, are nothing more than magicians with a fancy bag of tricks. You, on the other hand, are not.
I like to think of myself as a conduit to the spirit world.
Now, don't be modest. I've read the accounts of your extraordinary abilities.
So, why did you seek me out?
Because, Miss Crawley, you are real. You do not seek publicity. You work out of your home. You do not advertise. People come to you as I'm coming to you now.
I appreciate that. Why don't we go back into the house and perhaps, just perhaps, I will be able to communicate with your wife?
Yes, that is exactly what I want you to do.
Spirits, we call upon you to reach out to us. Gather your forces together. We are here to contact Amber Ravenscroft. Seek her. Bring her to us. Why have you disturbed my slumber? We are seeking the spirit of Amber Ravenscroft. Her husband needs desperately to speak with her. The veil cannot be broken. She is at peace and wishes him a good life. My time is short and I must leave. We thank you for the message of hope and peace. Love and light be with you.
Very impressive, Miss Crawley. How much was that brief encounter?
Oh, I never ask for money, Mr. Ravenscroft. If you feel the need to donate, I will...
Of course. Will this be enough for your time?
Oh, Mr. Ravenscroft, this is more than enough. Thank you.
So you will be here Friday night?
Well, I'm not sure.
It will be well worth your time.
Please, Ken. I'd rather not discuss any...
Half my fortune.
I beg your pardon?
Half of everything that I have, if you will just come back Friday night and bring Amber to me.
Death leaves a heartache no one can heal. Love leaves a memory that no one can steal. And while they say that love can conquer all, it has yet to conquer the cold grave. I'll return shortly with Act 2. There have been many people who claim to be in touch with the spirit world. Some of them famous, others working out of small homes or apartments. It is a subject that many have an opinion about, but very few have had an actual encounter with.
So, how did it go? Another one of your $50 guppies?
No way, George. This is a big one. A great big fat whale.
Really? So how much is this whale gonna spout out?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
So what happened?
Oh, you know, the usual. I went into my trance and found out through my spirit guide that Mr. Ravenscroft is wanting to get in touch with his wife from the great beyond. It's been 20 years since she died, and now he's been having trouble sleeping thinking about her.
Aha! So all that information I got from the local pharmacist paid off.
What information was that?
You know damn well what information. how Ravencroft was trying to get sleeping pills without a prescription.
That would have been very, very useful to me. Why didn't you tell me that?
I did tell you that.
No, you always think that you told me things. I have to go through heaven and hell with my spirit guide to find things out.
Spirit guide my ass. It's me. It's always me.
Regardless, Mr. Ravenscroft has convinced himself that I will be able to bring his poor departed wife back this Friday. And he is willing to pay handsomely.
Well, come on. How much?
Half of his entire estate.
Half of everything.
That's right.
Dollars?
Yes, George. Good old-fashioned cash.
Now, wait a minute. Did you say this Friday?
Yes, this Friday. Is that going to be a problem?
2 days to prepare. I suppose I could move the projectors into the front room and...
Oh, no, George. This time it won't be at my place. He wants the seance to be at his home.
For Christ's sake, his place? There's no way I can have everything wired for sound and picture at his place. Not in 2 days.
For half an estate worth millions? I'm sure that your skills are up for the challenge.
Leah, to what do I owe the honor of your visit?
I wanted to come by to prepare for tomorrow night.
By all means, please, come in.
You see, Ken, the area in which I am to contact the other world must be cleansed of all negative energy. It does take some time to make sure the room is clear.
I understand. Well, here's the living room. Will this be sufficient for your needs?
This is perfect. Now, I've brought some white sage and a few other incense. You do not object to me burning these, do you?
That is fine. Do you need anything else from me?
Oh, no. Tomorrow night, I will cleanse you as well as myself from any negative energy. That way it will be easier to contact the spirit world.
And I shall leave you to it. Unfortunately, I have to make a few preparations of my own, which means a trip to the city. Will you be all right on your own?
Oh, yes. This does require a bit of time and patience.
My trip should not take more than a couple of hours. Please, just lock the door on your way out. And thank you again.
Hey, is he gone?
Yes, George. He's gone. I can only assume by your presence that you were able to break in through the kitchen door.
Yeah, piece of cake, babe. Now, show me, where will you be sitting?
I believe on the sofa is the most advantageous place.
Perfect. I think I can set the projector right on the mantel just above the fireplace there.
And the speakers?
I think one right by the chair where he's gonna sit should do it.
Now, don't screw this up. We are talking about retirement money.
This is buy an island type of money.
What was that?
Must be a window open somewhere.
Now, don't overdo this. We don't need fans blowing spiritual winds on this one.
Just the projector and the speakers. I don't dare put much more up than that. Remember, we gotta get this stuff out of here before he finds them.
By then, we shall be far, far away.
Hey, did you hear that?
You didn't leave a tape playing somewhere, did you?
There has never been any scientific evidence that someone can contact a spirit from the other side but there have been many who claim that they can do it. I'll be back with Act 3 shortly. When the escape artist Harry Houdini passed away, he made a promise to his wife. If he could find a way, he would return to her. Every Halloween night, for over 60 years, a seance was held. Houdini never appeared. Out of all of the shackles and chains that he had escaped from, death was the one that he could not master.
Mr. Ravenscroft, Ken, clear your mind. Let go of all the cares in the world. Concentrate on your wife, Amber. Think of her face, her voice, her gestures. Put all of your thoughts directly into her.
Yes, Amber, I'm here. I'm waiting for you.
We are gathered in this magic circle to contact the spirit of Amber Ravenscroft. Yes, the spirits are converging. We seek the one who was called in life, Amber Ravenscroft. Come forth. Yes, come forth and bring peace to Kenneth Ravenscroft. Yes, Amber, come into our circle.
Exactly what are you doing, Miss Crowley?
Please, Ken, do not disturb the circle. Amber is close.
And I thought you were genuine.
Mr. Ravenscroft, what are you doing?
Where is it? I know it's here. Aha! How do you explain this?
Please, Mr. Ravenscroft.
A small speaker. Really? Was that the best you could do? And I see over here, up on the mantel, a projector. Is this how I was supposed to see my Amber?
I don't know what you are talking about. I do know that you have broken the circle and the spirits...
You can come out now. The game is over.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, please, Miss Crowley. You have a partner. Come on out. The con is over.
Look, a spirit comes to guide us. What message from Amber have you brought us?
Oh, knock it off, Leah. He knows.
Oh, you idiot!
Do not be angry at your spirit guide. I was so hoping that you would be the one. But alas, it's not to be.
Sir, we are very sorry for your loss, but hey, come on. 20 years?
You still do not understand, do you, young man? Amber is coming back.
Yeah, sure she is. I'm sure that you believe that, or at least you want to believe it.
I think someone is at the door.
You both are such fools, meddling about in a world you have no business in.
George? I think we need to be going.
Going? Oh, my dear, you must stay and meet Amber.
But isn't your wife dead?
For 20 years. You see, it's almost 11:13. Why, Miss Crowley, do you think that I picked you? You were open and honest about your so-called abilities. If you had been genuine, then Amber would have been able to return to me.
Leah, what is he talking about?
I'm not sure.
Each year, on the anniversary of her death, I try to find a subject, a female subject who will be suitable for her. For 20 years I have searched. You were supposed to be the one.
Do you mean you actually believe that your wife was coming back and taking over Leah's body?
It would have worked.
But that's crazy! Come on, George, let's get out of here.
I'm afraid it's too late for that. You see, Amber is coming, and now she is hungry.
Oh, Jesus. Leah, look out!
What the hell is that?
It is exactly 11:13. Ah, Amber, so good to see you. I hope that your meal is satisfactory. You even have a second course. Perhaps next year, my dear Amber, we will find someone who will suit you.
Kenneth Ravenscroft shakes his head sadly. He knows that another year will pass by before he can try to bring Amber back from her grave. You make it back here for a final word. There have been many examples given of people who contacted the spirit world. There are equally as many con artists who use the knowledge that they discover against their marks. And still, I wonder if not only would it be possible to bring a spirit back from the dead, but the body itself. Something to ponder as you lay in your bed tonight. Our cast included Mick Davis, Crimson McKenzie, and Jonathan Rossignol. The story was edited by Crimson McKenzie, and the production was under the direction of Winslow Swan. And now, a preview of our next tale.
Uncle, please! I have to have that money!
Perhaps if you didn't gamble, you would have the money.
These people are dangerous. Do you know what they could do?
I would really like to help you, Danielle. I really would.
You have a treasure around here. Although looking at the way you live, you wouldn't know it.
There is no treasure, Danny.
So why don't I believe you?
Doorway to Nightmare is brought to you in part by Swanage Press. This is your host, inviting you to return with us through the Doorway to Nightmare for another adventure into the world of your terrifying imagination. Until next time, slumber peacefully. Epilogue. The Butler.